Alright, welcome back to another stream of Assassin's Creed 2 with our historical order run and history focus on the Ezio trilogy. And today we're gonna be diving into the year 1479, which is the next year. For the next target in April of that year. And we're gonna continue hunting the Pazzi conspirators once, starting the attack on the Medici family, trying to seize power within the Florentine government. And we were kind of like getting a lot of these smaller targets out of the way within Florence and now San Gimignano. But we can do two more of the smaller assassination targets, I think, and then really focus a bit more on getting the major ones out of the way as well. Hello there, Jay. Welcome in. And good morning. How is it going? I hope you had a good week. Will you be doing some Red Dead on the weekend? Been a long and difficult week at work. Really looking forward to a weekend. Sorry to hear, dude. That really sucks. But I hope that everything still turned out relatively okay at work. But I bet having like a few days to just reset yourself a bit. Definitely hope it helps. Haven't decided about Red Dead 2 yet. You're enjoying the game, but you find it difficult to stream. That's definitely fair. So, would you say it's like a bit too long-winded, like too narratively focused with cutscenes and stuff that you don't really get to say much? Or which aspect do you find difficult to stream? But yeah, I mean, that's totally fair, if it's not really something that you find good to stream, then, and you still want to, play it on your own time. That's totally fair. I kind of have a way a little bit about Kingdom Come Deliverance. I did a couple of like off-stream sessions where just like focus on getting some stuff out of the way. And I kind of enjoyed it more than, streaming the actual game. Because it just made every kind of like process longer than the game needed to be. I didn't really have the patience for the game to stream on top of that. But it's a good game to just play on the side, I feel, Maybe have something on in the background and just play the game like that. So Kingdom Come might still be a game that I finish like off stream, but I just couldn't really bother with it on the stream anymore. It's a pacing that is a challenge. It goes back and forth between long segments of fast action and slow narrative. AC games that are long, like Valhalla, maintain a more consistent pace than you think. I know what you mean, yeah. With games like AC, like even the bigger open world ones, you always have like good, kind of like moments to just relax and not really having to focus quite as much. And the pacing is definitely more of a routine sometimes. Like you also know what to expect very often.
Leonardo! Ezio, so good to see you. How can I help you? Haha! You found another one! How exciting!
It's too exciting for Leonardo.
If I just rearrange these letters... Here, it's done.
Okay, so there's still 2 assassination contracts we want to be doing here before we go for the next main target.
Who taught you to move like that? No one is allowed up. Leave.
All right, you know what to do.
There! Get down! That's you! Ready! No need to be shy. Come forward. Attenzione! Aren't you?
Moneta!
Be on your guard, citizens!
Moneta!
Gold!
Sì, wow! Moneta!
Money!
Sì, wow!
Gold!
Mamma mia, gold!
We're thinking of picking up Jedi Survivor, where I can get it for 12 bucks. I mean, that sounds like a good deal, honestly, for, you know, what you're getting. Both games are quite fun, actually. I know that Amita had, like, some issues streaming the game, like, performance-wise on the system, but given that you have a whole, like, double PC, you know, setup going on, I think you're gonna be fine. Hello there, Absolution. Welcome in. And good day.
You shouldn't be up! I don't know what's going on!
I don't know what's going on.
I can't die!
I heard that! Money! I heard that! Money! I heard that!
Guten Tag, der Herr. Wie geht es Ihnen heute?
They were mostly heroes. See how the lineage is disrupted? The web of history traps the good, and the evil take what is not theirs.
Brothers. And Satan said unto Cain, Swear unto me by thy throat, and if thou tell it, thou shalt die. Strong biblical focus here. The children of Adam and Eve. And Adam and Eve, of course, have an importance not only in the biblical origin story of humanity, but also within, you know, the first civilization storyline. They were like one of the first humans to escape the first civilization, and with them taking the Apple of Eden. One of the major devices that they used to control the human race. Very historical, of course. And all these things were done in secret. And Cain said, "Truly I am Mahan, the master of this great secret." Wherefore Cain was called Master Mahan, and he gloried in his wickedness.
Behold, the mark of Cain.
The mark of Cain, which is basically the symbol of, I mean, it's like, how's it called? There's like a specific name for when you kill like a sibling of yours. But yeah, to kill like, you know, one of the closest people to you, in favor of like gaining something valuable, like power. And in this case, you know, Adam and Eve, they inherited, you know, Abel with the Apple of Eden, and then Cain, I guess, out of jealousy, killed him. In the biblical story, it's kind of like Satan, I think, promising Cain unspeakable riches or, you know, like lots of land or the likes. And yeah, Cain then indeed kills his brother. Showing that, you know, the humans very much can get corrupted by the desire for power. Hello there, Pikamenda, welcome in. Peak game, Connor was overpowered, love the Kenway trio. The Kenway trio was really good. I do love the Kenway games as well. So different to all the Ezio and Idea games, which I also love very dearly. But it was good as a change of pace, you know, like having more of a wilderness and kind of like seeing the colonies in the process of being like established and built up. Having a focus on like the natives as well. If he's stalking me. Vertical slice. Borgia soldiers have been spotted in San Gimignano. They may be attempting a coup. Kill them all, but make sure you aren't seen. I don't want Rodrigo to use your involvement as an excuse to go to war.
He is the appointed one, the savior of the spirit.
The finest style available. Get down, Grossa.
Give me a minute.
Ma che fa?
Do you get notoriety points if you punch a loot player? You do. Yeah, you actually gain like a tiny amount of notoriety. You couldn't see it because I have some of my HUD disabled, just to make the screen a bit less cluttered. Because most of the time I don't need like a, you know, like health bar or anything. But yeah, you do get a bit of notoriety. It's not like a huge amount, but yeah, a tiny. But damn it, I can't target him from here.
Have you been drinking?
20 quattrini to whoever brings me his day.
What? Gotta be kidding me. There's no way in hell that he detected me. But because I've done like a high profile assassination, that's a catch, right? Like I did the high profile assassination not because I had to, but because it's like more stylish. There's like a split second where you get detected in the moment that you actually assassinate them. And that counts as like getting detected fully, which is really bullshit. I was kind of expecting to be detected there again. In the moment that I actually kill the target.
Alla voce.
Attenzione! Attenzione! Be on your guard, citizens! A notorious criminal's presence.
Jesus Christ. I didn't know you could actually do that animation during the bribing process. That's really funny.
My purse is gone! Help!
Does there something ail you, friend?
Yeah, this time no high profile ledge assassination. Oh, come on, it's you. Don't leap of faith. You wanted to leap of faith again. Only this time failing. I can't do that. Imagine the mercenaries like trying to attempt to climb the tower and then just falling to their death like halfway through. Group of the day. I'm definitely gonna keep doing that now. Whenever I bribe a herald. Gonna see what other animations I might be able to trigger. Alrighty, that's vertical slice finished. Good to get that out of the way. Because, yeah, whenever you can like get detected and desynchronized for it, it's can get a bit annoying sometimes, especially when you've done, you know, nothing wrong per se. But yeah, that means we have one more assassination contract before we can do the next main story target. Jason Statham can do that. I never doubted him that he could.
Life expectancy?
But my goods are worth the extra weapon.
I've great metal work here. Has anyone seen my...
It's true, yeah, Inexpendables. I remember watching the first one. It was pretty fun, like, you know, on an action scale. No camping. Our enemies are trying to band together in camps out in the countryside. Kill the leaders. Without them, the mercenaries will flee. In order to create the greatest chaos possible, try to complete the task quickly. Okay, time-based one. Oh, let's start on here then. Very gracious Ezio. The first is the only good one. So how many have I been doing since then? I know there's at least 2 sequels, isn't there? Not sure if there's any more. We're gonna have a quick look if there's any horses around here. Wait, now I have a target symbol on me.
Your culo is mine!
Perform Todo, I see. I wonder how long they can keep them going, because those action actors are not getting any younger. Come on. I thought I could use Hidden Blade here on the horse, but I guess I can't. But I think they haven't introduced that until AC Brotherhood, maybe. The Hidden Blade horse assassinations. I can't at least actually choose the Hidden Blade from horseback.
Don't be shy. Can you even hear me in there?
Oh, I think I have full notoriety. That's the music that usually plays when you're kind of fucked up and you have so much notoriety. It would take quite a bit to actually get rid of it. Definitely want to take care of that before the next main story mission here. What's my favorite outfit in this game? I would say the armor of Altair here, and the way Ezio customize it. I love the look of it, and yeah, it's definitely my favorite. But I also just love the, you know, Giovanni Auditore outfit that Ezio inherits. I think it's very classic.
Get out of here.
Love it one too, but I think I would give it so to
Stay back! Stop! Just leave me be!
the Armor of Altair slightly.
Keep them busy.
Va bene.
Dude, I just killed a witness. And witnesses only appear if you have at least 75% notoriety to lose. Which means that 100% I would have lost 75, meaning I should be at 25% notoriety right now. Why is another witness? Maybe that's why.
Please. Yes, right now.
I meant no disrespect. Truly.
Come, people.
It's now incognito.
New works from exciting young artists.
Okay, let's buy some more affordable paintings here for the Villa Auditore.
A pleasure, sir. Come again.
Okay, and then we have to see where the next main story mission is that we actually have to do, because we have a selection of a couple different ones. I'm just gonna check if that's the one we're looking for. You're gonna be telling Ezio just on a killing spree, killing all the innocent citizens.
Ezio, about time you got here. We found Bernardo Baroncello.
Ottima notizia. Tell me where he is and I'll see that he's dealt with.
That's the trouble. Lorenzo actually had him arrested days ago, after being returned to us from Constantinople. But he escaped. We believe him to be somewhere inside San Gimignano.
Va bene. I'll see if I can't pin him down.
How do you expect to succeed where the rest of us have failed?
I have my ways.
I have my ways. Okay, so in fact that's not the one we currently have to do. We're looking for behind closed doors. And this is one after that. This one actually takes place in May. Behind closed doors takes place in April. So gonna quit out here. At least you know that's, you know, the next one after that. And considering the last one is the one with Monk, we know not to go to the monastery, so... That means... That should be the monastery one down here. You see like the church over there. Looking for this one here. The parkour mod makes free running way faster. It really does, dude. Yeah, I had a go at it. I actually installed it for AC2 PC. And dabbed around with it, and also used it for AC1 for my playthrough, and really loved it, honestly. You know, like things like swinging to like so many different objects, and also the fact you could vote over, you know, anything really that was like votable. Something that kind of took out of AC2. Like you could vote in AC1 of course, but you couldn't vote in AC2. Unfortunately, I had like so many technical issues when it came to streaming the Ezio games. This time around, like I never really had those issues before, and I played them for years and years on PC. But this time I just had so many issues that I unfortunately couldn't stream them at this point. So I didn't actually get to use the parkour mod for these playthroughs. But yeah, I figured that's a good opportunity to check out the Ezio collection and play that one for the first time. since I've never actually played the, you know, remaster for console before. But for my next playthroughs of these games, I definitely want to get it on PC again and get the parkour mod going that time around.
Over here, Ezio. We found Archbishop Salviati. He's barricaded himself inside that villa. Take some of my men. Use them to clear the fields. Then find a way over the wall so you can open the gates.
Command over my own army. A nice change of pace from the usual sneaking and stabbing. I like it.
Behind closed doors. With the help of Mario's mercenaries, subdue the villa guards and kill Francesco Salviati.
To work.
Alright, you know what to do.
The traitor ran from the field that we're on.
The Villa Salviati. Made wealthy through his connections to the Pope, Archbishop Francesco Salviati purchased the Tuscan villa in 1475 in anticipation of becoming Archbishop of Florence. He spent the next few years having it renovated in the Tuscan style while plotting with the Pazzi family to invade Florence. Sadly, this left him very little time to enjoy it before his inevitable demise. After the conspiracy went south, archival documents indicate that Salviati swapped his archbishop outfit with one of the residents of Florence, who was then lynched in his place, while he escaped to his villa. Jesus, what a bastard.
Many of my brothers died that day.
These walls have stood for 100 years, and will stand for 100 more. Stop wasting the lives of your men. Vattene via! All that awaits you here is death. Turn back! 20 quattrini to whoever brings me his head.
Man, where to?
All right, go.
There!
Hey, to
There!
dispatch
Get
you.
him!
To be honest, the task appeals to me.
You wanna fight?
Men, prepare yourselves! The assassin has arrived!
I need to find a way to open the gates.
Not really. And just kill the target from here.
I warned you to stay away, assassin! You should have listened!
You Templars! Always singing the same song. Where is Jacopo?
He knows you come for him, emerging only in darkness to meet with the others.
That answers when. Now tell me where. La fede dovrebbe dare conforto. Non pena. Requiescat in pace.
Ciao then.
Alrighty, that's another Pazzi conspirators down. Which means we can do the next assassin tomb, which is Torre Grossa, or at least located there. I believe it's the one in San Gimignano. It should be, because there shouldn't be anyone or any tomb available anywhere else. There's another one, of course, in Forlì, in Romagna, and then also in Venice. But we've done the ones in Florence already at this point.
I'm out!
Hey, I saw that vessel. What's your problem, eh? Did it your... Campi, I have scores of new works from exciting. Laggiù, merda!
Take your families home! Remain inside with barred doors till his shadow has passed!
Va bene! My lucky day! Così mi piace!
No, that's more like
Va bene!
Va bene!
Torre Grossa's secret. Infiltrate Torre Grossa and find the assassin seal hidden within.
That cloak. A statue. That one. Is he happy? I'm sure.
Laggiù! Eccolo!
Hello there, Grumpy. Welcome in, dude. Just just want to say I might get a raid soon. You two haven't raid me, but not Shovo. That's no worries. Thank you so much for recommending me, Grumpy. I really appreciate it. That's very nice of you. I hope you had a good stream. What did you play today? You like my historical game streams? I really enjoy them too. You know, like historical games were always like one of my favorites. And getting to actually play them in this order and like so many back to back has been like a project I wanted to do for quite some time now. So it's good that I finally get around doing it. Hello there, Omsate. Welcome in. And thank you so much for the raid. How is it going? How was the stream? Thank you so much for the raid. Yeah, Grumpy just informed me that there might be a raid coming in. Thank you again so much, Grumpy, for recommending the channel. But yeah, welcome in, everyone. We are currently playing some AC2. It's part of a bigger project we're doing, which I call the Historical Order Run, where we're playing a bunch of historical focus games and we play them in the order of the years, months or even days that the missions take place in. And we started all the way back 10 million years ago with basically evolution. And now we made it to 1479, in the middle of the Renaissance. You could say at the height of it. And yeah, kind of like doing historical focus, so we're like reading a lot of the database and yeah, focusing on the history behind the games really. From Humble Magic to Pazzi Vows, we've come to join your tale so grand through Renaissance time, hand in hand. Very nice, I like that. Indeed. Yeah, we're after the Pazzis. The Pazzi conspirators. The one attacking the Medici family. But yeah, what did you stream today? I hope it went well. Let me give you a shout out here. I did, yeah, we played Far Cry Primal. That was actually the second game we played after Ancestors: The Humankind Odyssey. I played it on Survivor difficulty, which I really enjoyed. It was my second time playing Primal. And yeah, it really holds up great, I think. Very unique game too. I like what we've done with the language as well.
That damn slippery bastard. Maledizione, where did he go? Where has he got to now? He's a nothing here. Right. Back to the rounds.
We just forgot that he saw someone there.
There! Oh, you will not get away!
That's a verse of a shout out. As stated in the shout out, we were doing the first play of the former Turge, Memory Like a Goldfish. I haven't heard of that game yet, honestly. What's it about? And what type of game is it?
I am losing him. Where did...
Grumpy, it's kind of historic game too, set in the early 19th Poland, but with supernatural elements. Interesting. Might have to check that out actually, because I'm always looking for more historical games to add to the list. Especially when some certain important years might not, you know, been highlighted yet. But I actually want to have a look at the games we've been playing so far as part of this run. I have like a Google document here where you can see like all the games we played so far and in what year they took place in. But also what games will be coming up in the future. Thaumaturge is a type of magic. Ah, gotcha. Well, that makes sense then, that the game would be named after that. Yeah, we finished our kind of like playthrough on stream, Grumpy, with Kingdom Come Deliverance, but I didn't actually finish the game all the way to the end. We played about like 11 sessions of the game, and then I kind of had a bit enough of it. So I decided to watch the rest of the story on stream and then kind of like call it there. Was a bit, was getting a bit frustrating at times with, you know, some of the bugs and glitches I've been facing. But also without it, it was definitely quite long-winded. I felt like, you know, on stream I wasn't like the best time, like having the best time with it, so kinda decided to move on from that game. But I'm still glad I played it all. You know, there was like still lots of historical elements and codex entries we read, so we kinda like learned a lot about Bohemia of the time. So I'm definitely glad for that reason that, you know, we checked it out, but yeah, I didn't wanna like play it for weeks and weeks on end further. We played some Super Mario Odyssey instead.
You die!
I played Pentiment before, but I never streamed it. And it's still gonna come up in the Historic Order run. In fact, it is gonna be the next game after the Ezio trilogy, I believe. Taking place after Revelations. And I love Pentiment. Like, Pentiment was such a good game. I'm really glad I got to, you know, have a game set in Germany that was like, you know, like historical and really well researched as well.
Eccolo! There! Eccolo! There!
I assume you also played Pentiment? It's so weird. Like, they, like with the remaster on console, they also remastered, I guess, some of the textures of the walls, right? But now you can't see that you're supposed to go to the right side there. You know, the kind of like handheld has been replaced with another texture. So you can't actually see it that you're supposed to climb it. When you had the Game Pass free trial, you actually managed to get like 4 months of Game Pass trials. I think me too, actually. Like, for some reason I could renew the trial a couple of times. It doesn't work anymore, but yeah, I also got like some like discounts on Game Pass. Like every couple of months where I didn't have Game Pass, they would like offer me it again. And funnily enough, I also played it when we had Game Pass. Achievement time. Alright, it's time for the next assassination. We're moving 1 month further from April into May. Because Baron Cherry is gonna die on the 3rd of May, 1479. Sounds good, Grumpy. Best of luck with that, and hope it goes well. Thank you again for being here, and also for recommending me. I really appreciate it, dude. Let me also give you a shout out. So definitely also check out Grumpy. He's been been playing games and demos. That specifies it. So what did you actually play today, Grumpy? Sadra, you've never had Game Pass, but always amazed you the value of the games they give you. For sure, you know, it's really like a huge gaming catalog, and there's so many great games on there, and also having the ability to play new releases. It's a good way to like test out a game, you know, if it's also like maybe worth purchasing in the future. If you want to play beyond the month, or, you know, just like replay it in the future. I definitely got some good value out of my Game Pass subscriptions.
How do you do that?
No worries, mein Herr, Grumpy. Was a few days ago. Ah, gotcha. You tried Insurgency Sandstorm on Game Pass, got hooked and bought it. It's usually quite cheap. Definitely check it out if you like more realistic shooters. Oh, very nice. Yeah, I heard about the Insurgency series. I haven't played one of the games for yet. But that's cool, you know, that you enjoyed it so much that you also wanted to buy it. Sadly, you only ever played the first Assassin's Creed. The parkour was done so well. It really was. I think to this day it's still the main thing that got people interested in, you know, those games. It's just, well, especially the first game at the time. Having like an open world like game, you know, with that amount of like liberty to move everywhere. And precision, you know, and also realism of like the animations and what you were doing with the movement was quite liberating. Instead of like, you know, having linear levels to move through, which I guess was more common, to just be able to go like anywhere at any time, you know, climb a church if you want, was quite revolutionary, to be sure. Among some other games in that things in that game. But yeah, the parkour was, and to this day still was like one of the best in the series, ironically. You could definitely make the statement that AC1 has better parkour than any of the new AC games since 2015. I tried the second one on PC but found that it didn't port so well. There's definitely some issues with the second game on PC that you have to get rid of or kind of take care of. For example, if you don't run these games at 60 FPS, then you run into like many physics issues or like glitches. And then the game also with like newer CPUs, it doesn't utilize all the cores of the processors properly. So you also have to go into like the task manager and change the affinity of your CPU for the game, like manually, or kind of like set it up as like a CMD command. So it's definitely quite a bit of hassle involved in getting those games to work on PC. It actually got so bad this time that I decided to play the games on console for the first time. Because it just had so many technical issues between like trying to play the games and streaming them. But it just couldn't be bothered anymore. And I've been playing those games for like years on PC. But yeah, it's really annoying, all the like issues that also come with like running newer hardware. Ah yeah, that's another issue. The controls, like, they are messed up if you're trying to use anything above a 360 controller. There's also a fix for that, thankfully, by the community, which works wonders and takes care of it. But yeah, that's another super annoying thing. It's just a shame that Ubisoft doesn't care enough about those games to just, you know, patch those fixes in. So, you know, people that, you know, are just coming new to the games, you know, they just want to try them out. They don't want to hassle with like having to do all those setups. You can just actually, you know, play and enjoy them. It's a shame if that holds people back from playing AC2, for instance, because it's such a good game, you know. With an amazing story and, you know, historical background.
Ezio, About time you got here. We found Bernardo Baroncelli.
Ottima notizia. Tell me where he is and I'll see that he's dealt with.
That's the trouble. Lorenzo actually had him arrested days ago, after being returned to us from Constantinople. But he escaped. We believe him to be somewhere inside San Gimignano.
Va bene. I'll see if I can't pin him down.
How do you expect to succeed where the rest of us have failed?
I have my ways.
Alongside the iconic performance for Ezio Auditore da Firenze by Roger Craig Smith. Absolute legend. Also, thank you so much for the follow, Sadra. I really appreciate it. I'm actually gonna return the favor here because then I can also check out one of your streams. It's actually meaning to do that when you raid it, but kinda forgot. But yeah, thank you so much again for, you know, coming in and raiding. Oh yeah, that's no worries whatsoever, Sartre. Definitely understandable. Definitely take care of everything you need to. And I hope you also have a good rest once you know, you get some sleep. And yeah, I'll probably catch you around Twitch at some point. Maybe over at Grumpy's, or, you know, I catch one of your streams. So yeah, have a good one. And thank you again so much. Cheers, Sartre. Thank you.
Assassins! Just need to take things one day at a time. You'll get bored, lost, confused, distracted, killed. It will be okay. And if he does come, if it happens, I keep moving. Never in one place for long. Only how to sleep, when to sleep, where to sleep. The guard tower, perhaps. They'll think me mad. They don't know. I'll pay them, yes. Then what will it matter? All they care about is coin. All anyone cares about is coin. Good for the Brotherhood, good for me. It's safer this way, yes. Yes, I'll ask, and then I will be protected. We'll meet when it's time. And I'll leave this place. Free. In time. In time. Wait, what is that? I saw something. Mercenario come to spy on me. No, just my nerves. Hard to stay calm, knowing that he seeks me. I must stay focused, and soon this will be done. Soon.
Hello there, Eline. Welcome in. Assassin. Assassino.
Beware the infamous Assassino! His reign of blood strikes terror into us all. It must be stopped.
God, please let me live. I promise I'll live to that
Death comes for you now!
I knew you would come.
Where is Jacopo?
So you can do to him what you've done to me?
There is still time for you to clear your conscience.
We gather at the church when a meeting is called.
Mi duole dover giungere a tanto. Requiescat in pace.
Just wanted a quiet day. What? Quiet day? I'm with you! He can't escape!
Just try it, strong.
I'm here, Fratello!
We'll get him.
Anatomy! We're losing it!
Ammirate questi prosciutti!
Prosciutti? Mmm. Delicious. Alrighty, and that finishes the 3rd of May, 1479. Which means there's actually a bit of a time gap between this and the next assassination, which again takes place on New Year's Eve, really. On the 31st of December, 1479. That's the one where we kill the monk. So there's actually a mission in between that we have, and that's the first Templar Lair called Home Invasion. It's the one where the Medici is kind of like being attacked in his home while Ezio is out and about and going after the Pazzi conspirators. So kind of like going back to Florence to protect him and save him. Before we do that though, I would like to go back to Monteleone and do a pit stop there, because I have quite a bit of money to pick up and also to reinvest, so let's make our way there first. Oh yeah, got money in the bank.
Salute, Claudia.
You here to look at the book?
Oh, nice. Already at 48% completion here.
A presto, Ezio.
A presto.
Buongiorno. Salute, Ser Ezio. Shall we take a look at the list?
Alright, let's max out the blacksmith here. For ultimate discounts. Also the art merchant. I'm just gonna max out everything now, if I have the money. Indeed. Eline, you like most of the new games, but you just cannot beat this one. The story, Ezio, the music. It really is a special game. It really feels like lightning in a bottle in lots of ways. What we've created with AC2. I mean, AC1 was already quite well regarded, but they took everything from AC1 and added like on top of it and really gave it like its own unique identity. And AC2 is really the main reason we even have like such a long running franchise as well. But yeah, it really is special. Like, as you say, you know, the music and atmosphere, it already, you know, it's like so special in and of itself. Okay, let's go ahead and use the Dark Oracle's Bone Dagger here. We're also gonna use the Twins Rapier. Let's also apply some Codex pages to the wall. Damn, we already have 19 out of 30. You can also insert some of the Assassin seals here. One for Darius. And we also had Eutony. the last one was this one. All right. That's half of them done at this point. Citizen. Hello, Vermieter. Welcome in. Good day to you.
That should do, I hope. And please, come back often.
And yeah, it's going pretty good. Having a good time with AC2 today. We're about to finish sequence 5 soon. Still going after the Pazzi conspirators. But yeah, we have most of the small assassination contracts done now, so we can really focus on the bigger targets. How are you doing today?
Another satisfied client. Ciao! I've tradition. A pleasure doing business.
Nice, Amita, that's good to hear. Will you be streaming anything today? Maybe some more Need for Speed Heat?
A small tax shall be imposed for repair.
Son of... What do you think you're doing?
The best weapon in the game. The broom.
I've traditional remedies, and the wisdom they have. This time must have not harmed them.
This broom is quite powerful. I mean, look at the damage. It even kills. We're gonna play in Isolation. Oh, very nice. A game that's Rod picked for you, right? How are you liking Alien Isolation so far? Is it like quite scary? Home invasion. In 1479, infiltrate Palazzo Medici and save Lorenzo from the Templars. So that's how we know it definitely has to happen before the next main story mission, because that one takes place at the very end of 1479.
What happened here?
Signor Lorenzo!
Lorenzo's currently indisposed. Hey, you're the one who killed Francesco de Pazzi. Get him.
With pleasure.
Eccolo! There! There! Down the flank! Down the flank side!
Tua madre non può aiutare. Sai, le armi servono a duellare.
It's a great game so far, although you encountered some bugs, which made you restart one mission a few times. That's really annoying when it happens, you know. I mean, having to restart a mission, fair enough, but if it's because you're like constantly facing like a bug that, you know, you don't really can do anything about, that's quite annoying. But I'm glad you're enjoying it otherwise, though.
Laggiù! Danato! Quello laggiù! Basically, the game wasn't letting you go where you needed to go. You need to take the train to go to another level, but the game was either bringing you back to where you were, or taking you where you needed to go, but making you not being able to move. You were stuck. Huh. Yeah, that's just annoying on multiple different levels. It's like no matter what you do, it just always doesn't work out.
I know I heard a noise down there. It's time to earn your florins. I want half of you to search the courtyard, the other half come with me to check the chapel.
Si, Capitano.
Then we check the secret passageways.
What about Lorenzo?
By now, Lorenzo is already dead.
Basta merda!
The game was against you? Yeah, definitely sounds like. But I assume you got past the mission eventually, or are you like still stuck on it? Hello there, Oliver. Welcome in. Capitano Crocodilo. Ah, dear. That meme. Well, it's not quite the same, but close enough.
Not you! Ha! Nice try!
How's it going today, Oliver?
Hey. Eccolo! There! There!
What the fuck? Is this guy actually climbing up here?
Not you! You won't get away!
He can actually climb up here. And what is up with the physics? There's so freaking many bugs in the remaster that were in the original. It's comically funny how that's the case with like every remaster pretty much. Like also AC3 just has more bugs in remaster than in the original, it seems. But I guess that's just the Ubisoft remasters, you know? They're remastering new bugs into the games. Getting your gear ready for tomorrow, heading out tomorrow morning to join your unit. Your unit? What kind of unit are we talking about?
Lorenzo! Porca vaca! Someone find a way to get inside there!
You heard him? You two, get a ladder!
What are we doing with the ladder?
Lorenzo isn't coming out.
What's taking them so long?
A ladder?
If you both weren't so loud, you wouldn't have heard us coming.
Merda, you were the loud one.
All of you, mind your own business and keep watch.
Come on, you fat pig! Sei troppo lento, Maladilardo.
No, you'll regret that.
Can you see anything in there?
That's quite a large bet here. Everywhere you go, you see this guy again. Not this guy again. Ubisoft Physics, I never heard of him. At least in the original, they heard about it. But then the remastered developer didn't anymore, apparently. Your military unit? You have a big military exercise for a week? Ah, gotcha. Well, best of luck with it, Oliver. I hope it goes well. Yeah, Ezio's a master of trolling and taunting. Just my favorite thing to do in this game sometimes. The amount of trolling you can do and exercise.
Get back!
Lower your sword. It's me.
Ezio, again you saved me. First they enter my church, now my home.
I'll hunt them down. They won't come near you again.
Look around you. This is one of my treasure rooms. You're entitled to take anything you wish from it, in thanks for what you've done. I trust my apartments are safe now.
Yes, signore. Thank you for this most gracious gift. I must go, but I will come to you again when all the Pazzi are dead.
I will not forget what you've done for me. Buona fortuna.
Man, it feels quite good to actually play this mission at a point where it's like historically appropriate, you know? Where the dialogue actually matches what we're currently doing in the story, because often you would do it, you know, before you're really starting to hunt the Pazzi, or like when everyone is already dead. But doing it in between here is really good and fitting. It's me, Ezio. One of many catchphrases that Ezio learned from his uncle Mario, alongside Requiescat in Pace. But yeah, that means we can now actually return to San Gimignano and we can hunt our next target, the monk. That's gonna be the last mission for this year, 1479, because it takes place on New Year's Eve. Which is actually the second assassination that exactly takes place on the 31st of December. The first one being Ezio's first target, Roberto Alberti.
Fresh cut leeches. Who requires bleeding?
What the devil is he doing?
I'll distill the elixir of lead and pomegranate. I feel.
What are you doing here?
Get down, Eccolo!
Get him!
Oh, stamina! Should train more! Get it! Pazzi, this one is coming! Now! Together! Come, take! Ora! Wait for a slip! Ma che cosa aspetti?
Blessed Virgin shelter you, amico. Bring the fight to this big house.
Dai! Brigati! Devo incontrare un...
End this quickly!
Fatti sotto! Pazienza! This one is coming! We work together! Come!
Release me! Ora!
I don't like being made to wait.
You will...
You formatted your laptop yesterday with a feeling of having a clean PC and fast. That's definitely a good feeling, you know, when you can reset it up and everything's kind of like fresh and, you know, no junk files or, you know, additional software that maybe runs in the background. Definitely sucks when you have to like do a resetup of you know, some of the, you know, software or like settings, but it's still worth doing, you know, every couple of years. Okay, so we're going down here. You hadn't done that in a long time, so you felt like you needed it. That's fair. Yeah, sometimes that can really resolve some, you know, underlying issues one maybe has been facing as well. But yeah, that's definitely good to take care of, like, after a good amount of time. I hope you didn't need to, like, back up too many files, because that would be a concern for me. Like, there's a lot of, like, assets and, like, all that. It all needs to be safe before I would actually reset my PC.
There you are. Listen, we've found Stefano da Bagnone. Just follow this road and it'll bring you to the abbey where he's taken refuge. Wait, before you go, take these. You can use them to create a distraction. My thanks, friend.
Finally, we're getting the smoke bombs.
Let us pray, brother. Pray? Pray for what? The Lord's protection. If you think the Lord has any interest in our affairs, you've another thing coming. But please, by all means, continue to delude yourself if it helps to pass the time. You speak blasphemy.
No, I speak truth.
But you deny his most exalted existence.
Is the only rational response when faced with the declaration that there exists some invisible madman in the sky. And, believe me, if your precious Bible is anything to go by, he is completely lost his mind.
How can you speak as such? You wear his vestments.
Only because they afforded me the opportunity to get close to the Medici. But you're right. I should look into replacing them after the assassin is dealt with.
Ah, that unholy demon.
At least on this we agree.
They say the devil has gifted him with unnatural speed and strength.
The devil? No. These are gifts he gave himself through training. It is disturbing how unwilling you are to credit people for their circumstances. I think you would make victims out of the entire world if you could.
I forgive your lack of faith and warped tongue. You are still one of his children.
I told you. What's the use? Enough of this. It is like speaking to the wind.
I will pray for you.
As you wish. But do so quietly. I must keep watch. Now I will see who was right.
Where is Jacopo?
Nothing to fear, I suppose. They meet in the shadow of the Roman gods.
Ora sei libero dalla paura. Requiescat in pace.
I want no part of this!
You learned the lesson a long time ago. You once thought that you had already backed up everything and you ended up losing so many things. Now you have the important things saved in an external SSD, so you don't have to worry about losing anything when you format your laptop. That's definitely a good approach, you know, to just have a lot of the files that you can't like care about and that you wanna, you know, keep. To have them also stored like somewhere external, just in case. There's of course like ways to retrieve lost data, but it can be really tricky, and you can just save all that hassle by just doing a good backup of essentials. Right, but that means the next mission will actually take place in the next year, 1480, because we just killed the monk on New Year's Eve, pretty much. So let me change the title here. And then it's time to finish the sequence with Jacopo de Pazzi. Yeah, that's true as well. You know, like some data might never be recovered, and then that would definitely be a shame.
Keep away from me, Phil! Guards! Take it home.
This hero's luck will hold me prey, and when he plays his card,
With friends like these, Teo Jacopo de Pazzi to the Templar meeting and then assassinate him.
If I can stay my blade long enough to follow him, he'll lead me to his Templar brothers. I'll have more names for my list.
Gotta give it to Ezio, he's very determined and very precise. Wants to make sure that he misses no one. Very thorough. That's what I was trying to say.
What's going on here? Are they late? They haven't seen me, this much I know. What are you and the others planning, Jacopo? Your letter mentioned Venezia. Are there Templars there as well?
Venezia. Yeah, many Templars there, that's for sure. It's so crazy to me to think just how big AC2 would have been if it got like the full development cycle and the initial plan fulfilled. Because initially, you know, Rome would have been part of AC2. You know, the whole chapter of Ezio going there. Like, of course they added like more content in Brotherhood, which maybe would have not been in AC2, considering it's like its own game. But yeah, that would make AC2 quite big on scale, and I think AC2 already has quite a lot of content and locations to visit. They're everywhere. The Templars. They invade everything. Unfortunately, that's kind of true. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. For fuck's sake, game. This is like one of the longest tailing missions in the game. There's like barely anything happening. I was like literally about to trigger the next cutscene, and then of course the game has to crash. Fuck's sake. Another thing with Remaster. The Remaster actually has more crashes than the base games on PC. But yeah, the next time I play these games, I definitely play them on PC again. Because, yeah, while this is still less hassle right now than getting PC versions to work properly, I will have enough time until our next playthroughs to actually get to fix all of those issues, hopefully. And then we're back on the PC versions again. Yeah, it's so annoying, Amita. It's kind of funny because you're actually there for both crashes that we had so far. With the audio just, you know, had like a static like that. Man, I hope I have a checkpoint, at least. But I don't have to restart from the very beginning.
You mentioned Venezia. Are there Templars there as well?
Okay, at least I have a checkpoint. Thank God, because that tailing mission is so freaking long. And I really didn't want to do it from the very beginning again, honestly. There's also the fact that Jacopo just walks as slow as he does. I mean, look at him. He's quite old, I guess, but can't you hurry? Maybe you bring bad fortune. I think that's it. You're like the opposite of Shay Patrick Cormac. You don't make your own luck. Well, you make your own luck, I guess, but you don't make the luck for others. So maybe you are like Shay Patrick Cormac, after all. He's enjoying the views. I guess so. He must really be enjoying the views. If he's taking so much time. Can you blame him? You know, the Tuscan countryside, it is quite nice.
How many men are responsible for my father's death?
I'm sorry, Maestro. I did all I could, but the assassin proved too strong.
Clearly. Else the others would be here with you. To say nothing of the fact that Firenze remains in Medici hands.
It's Francesco's fault. His impatience made him reckless. I tried to be the voice of reason.
More like the voice of cowardice.
You're one to talk, Signor Barbarigo. Had you sent us quality weapons instead of this garbage your Venetians call armament...
We put our faith in your family, and you repay us with inaction and incompetence? Then when asked to account for your failures, you make excuses and insult us? How do you expect me to respond?
I don't know.
It's all right. I do.
No. Please. Don't.
Please don't what?
I can fix this. Only spare me.
No. What a mess. So sorry to have claimed your prize, assassin. Did you honestly think I wouldn't expect you to follow? That I didn't plan for it? We've been at this a lot longer than you. Kill him.
I know you're only doing as you're told. So if you release me, I will spare your lives.
Ha! Listen to this one! Ah!
Wanted to use the big hidden blade.
Vai, amico. Libero da fardelli e paure. Requiescat in pace.
Sequence 5 complete. Still in the year 1480. But there's only going to be 2 main missions really in this year before we already have reached 1481.
The Pazzi are dead. Every one of them.
I must admit, I've never before believed I could desire the death of others so badly.
Nor I.
Ezio, thank you for the role you've played in keeping this dream of mine alive a little longer.
L'onore è mio, signore.
What will you do now, figliolo?
There are still others I must hunt, signore. They're already digging their claws into the heart of Venezia.
No. La bella Venezia. Then that is where your journey must take you, Ezio. Before you leave us, I have something for you. A gift. This cape identifies you as a friend of the Medici. As long as you wear it, the city guards will be more tolerant of your actions. But be warned, it will not grant you immunity from the law. Che la fortuna favorisca la tua lama.
I really like the idea of like capes in this game and how they also represent, you know, different families or like different privileges. This one we like to call the pizza cape. Because it looks like a slice of pepperoni pizza. Elaine, he's scary, those eyes. You mean Rodrigo Borgia? The eyes also look a bit different with the remaster version, I feel. Just like AC3, the faces and eyes look more scary. All of them. In the remaster version. They look dead inside.
to be here. Go! Come, friend. Did you mind on making my metalworking quite affordable?
Leonardo! Leonardo!
Mi dispiace, messer, but he is gone. Maestro Leonardo was commissioned by a Venetian noble to paint some portraits. He paid for the maestro to move his entire workshop to Venezia. It's quite an opportunity.
Grazie mille, friend.
Road trip. Okay, let's go back to Monteriggioni one more time, and then we're gonna make our way for Leonardo. They're like white balls with great textures, but no real motion. Yeah, unfortunately, that's happening quite often with the remaster versions, I feel, of these games. I mean, yeah, upgraded textures are nice, but if I kinda get rid of something that actually added emotional depth to a character, then it becomes a bit counterproductive. Oh, there's actually a glyph here that I still haven't done. The 21st of December 2012. Keep on seeking and you will find. Without notifying us. That's what I thought as well. He didn't even bother telling us. Not like this, Leonardo. First plucked from a tree guarded by a snake, its powers perform miracles. Then worn across the ages, torn asunder, hidden under a sea of red. Reconstruct the timeline. Here this time we're looking for the Shroud of Eden. We have Joseph, Egypt, 1700 BCE. Jason, Greece, prehistory. Jesus Christ, Jerusalem, 30. So this is during the Last Supper. Henry the 8th, England, 1530. David and Goliath, Valley of Elah, 970 BCE. Christ disrobed, Jerusalem, 30. John Paul Marat, France, 1793. Prometheus, Greece, prehistory. Hannibal, Carthage, 202 BCE. And Saint Francis Borgia, Spain, 1566. So, we have prehistory first with Jason. Then we have Joseph, Egypt. David and Goliath, 970. Then we have the Last Supper. And then Christ is robed. They took it. Piece of Eden number 66, the Shroud. I just love the kind of like, you know, conspiracy vibe of the glyphs. It's of course very ridiculous, you know, but I just love the in-lore explanations, you know, and working in real-world events, connecting them to the first civilization.
Salute, Claudia.
You here to look at the book? A presto, Ezio.
imagine working on that part of the game? That would have been awesome. It really would have been. Yeah, I would love to work out, you know, kind of like historic tidbits and working them into the ISO lore. It's really unfortunate that Ubisoft didn't really see much of an incentive to keep on going with those. I've been like saying that a very minor amount of players actually bothered to do them, so they didn't really feel it was worth spending that effort on the puzzles if only, you know, a very little amount of players would actually do them.
I may be a bit disorganized, but I do know my...
But yeah, I would have loved more of those in the future. Let's buy the scimitar.
Pleasure, signore. Return anytime.
Only the best of raiment here.
And let's also go for the bonus skin here. Quite like the look of this one.
Well, thank you. Till next time, sir.
I'm also gonna deco with the pizza cape because, while it's nice in Florence, it doesn't really serve any purpose outside of Florence that much. So just gonna go back to the plain cape here. And then we can also buy the last painting in Monteriggioni, the Saint Chrysogonus.
Grazie for your patronage.
Grazie. It does make sense, unfortunately. Yeah, it does. And I mean, it's understandable, right? They have to kind of like justify putting content into the games. Love that AC1 music here. It's the same music you had in the Kingdom, which is a very similar location in the game world as the mountains are in this. Kind of like a connecting countryside between the cities.
Leonardo! Ezio? What luck! I ever run into a bit of trouble.
Let me see if I can help.
I know how to fix it, but lack the means to do so. If you could just lift the wagon.
What is this thing?
Eh?
It looks like a giant bat.
Oh, nothing. Just an idea I've been working on. I could not leave it behind.
What is it for?
Well, I shouldn't really talk about it. Beh, al diavolo. I can't hold it in anymore. Ezio, I think I figured out how to make a man fly.
Come on, I'll drive.
But I haven't even told you where I'm going.
Ezio already knows. How exciting. Leonardo just finds everything exciting, it seems. Romagna holiday. Drive Leonardo's carriage toward Venice.
Venezia, such a beautiful city. So many sources of inspiration. Ponte di Rialto, Piazza San Marco, l'Arsenale. What's wrong?
We're not alone.
What's happening? Who are they?
Rodrigo Borgia's men.
Why? What do they want with us?
I think they want us dead.
Leonardo, hide!
They're trying to climb on board! Knock them off!
Whoa!
Someone's on top! Use sharp turns to make the carriage roll! Watch out! Don't let the carriage roll over!
Go, Leonardo. They are here for me, not you. I'll catch up with you later.
You can't beat me! Get him! Su, non essere timido. Well, you're certainly well fed. I don't like being
higher of edge.
Can't wait to see your organs gently steaming in the sunlight.
Remember your deals. Find him and keep him safe.
Decision, Miller.
Van, ora
down the Swiss.
Odio questi momenti di
Sai, le armi servono a duellare. It's a fight, Fesso. Try fighting for a change.
We should decorate the piazza. Let go.
Are you afraid?
High precision, get it? Thank you, Eline. It's so funny, like taunting them while they're like falling to the ground. And that finishes the year 1480 already. Change the streaming title here to 1481. Time to make our way to Romagna. Alright, and before we do the next main mission here, I actually have a decent amount of side stuff, so we're gonna like basically explore Romagna for now.
Knock, knock.
Knock, knock. Hello there, Senny. Welcome in, dude. Thank you so much for the raid, and welcome in, raiders. How is it going? How was Vampire today? I hope it went well. Hello there, Mita. Long time no see. Hello there, Ave. Welcome in, dude. My day's going good, thank you. How about you? How's your day? But yeah, EC2 is also going good. We just finished sequence 5 and yeah, just literally made our way to Forli and Romagna. Already changed the location quite a bit. It looks so much, yeah, brighter and quite less depressing than in the original. We just had the carriage escape with Leonardo. Love admission. It went great until the game crashed. Oh, did it? That really sucks, dude. Also, nice emote. I love that one of Lara laughing. Oh yeah. Nice. Gonna be using that one. That really sucks, dude. I'm sorry to hear that the game crashed. So is that when you decided to raid? Or did you like carry on streaming and then the game crashed again or something? Five minutes ago. It's been so long, Amita. So much has happened since. Thank you, Rod. Also, I mean, I know that everyone in chat right now follows Rod already, but in case you're watching and if you haven't, then there's a shout out in chat. Rod is also a massive fan of Assassin's Creed and also historical games. He's playing another one at the moment called Vampire, which I also plan on playing, which takes place in the early 20th century. Set in London, and you play, as the title implies, as a vampire, but who's also like a doctor, I believe. And yeah, there's kind of like a balance that you can hold between like chaos and, you know, like order, if you will. And in the playthrough of Rod Story for Vampire, he's kind of like embracing the dark side a bit further, so London will burn in that playthrough. That was quite the timing, joining my stream at the same moment that Rod raided. Joining right into the action. Betty, you doing good as well, Ave? Wanted to do more before crash, because there was still some things I wanted to do, but after the crash there was no point, so decided to start another stream and then do your outro stuff. That's definitely fair, dude. To do it like that. At least you could, you know, say goodbye properly before you had to leave. Because that's the thing, you know, even if you wanted, you know, like most of the things done and you got to do them, it kind of sucks if you can't, you know, say goodbye properly and kind of like inform everyone of what you want to be doing next, for instance. The synchronized jump between the horse and Ezio. Nice. And that's some worries for the shout out, Rod.
Citizen!
Citizen? Hey, the Aura. Thank you so much for the lurk. I really appreciate it. I hope you're having a good morning so far. Ah, gotcha. So it's actually not even like an official emote in that sense. It's like AI created. Interesting. I didn't even notice. I kind of thought it was actually like, you know, from a game or something. That's really cool. I'm definitely liking it. Oh yeah, Ave? So what did you watch in connection to Star Wars? That's really good, Vo. I'm glad you enjoyed it so much. Yeah, Mita, GG to the horse. They can do like a synchronized jumping team or something. Yeah, exactly, Rod. You know. It's like, of course, people that know you, you know, will know that it wasn't your intention to just end the stream like that, but others might not. Took a few attempts because the way your head was tilting wasn't on an angle that helped. So it as a laugh, because a smile alone and eyes closed can just mean that and no laugh. That's true. You know, the spur of like a moment. Having like a smile and eyes closed can mean many things, I guess. Depending what happens before and after. But that's good that you could still get it to work the way you wanted to. Okay, so now that we arrived in Forli and Romagna, we're basically gonna get started on the exploration phase because all of it takes place during the year 1481, which we just reached and approached in. However, those missions just take place during the year, so it doesn't really matter that much in what order we do those side missions in. But we're definitely gonna make sure though to do it before we do the next main mission, because the next main mission is already leaving for Venice. So yeah, I want to make sure that, you know, we get all of that side stuff done here. Because once we reach Venice, we're gonna be a bit more focused on the main story. And then it won't be long until we reach 1482 already. So yeah, gotta make sure to get that stuff done before leaving for Venice. Which usually I don't. Like usually I just head straight to Venice. So it's interesting actually doing things a bit differently. It's a show that's called Andor. It's about this random guy called Cassian Andor, who's living during the age of the Empire. The show follows many different characters, some played by famous actors like Stellan Skarsgård and Forrest Whitaker. The voice actress Yennefer Witcher is also in the show. You're watching the most recent episodes of Season 2, which will be the final season, and it was too good. Can't wait for the final 3 episodes dropping on Wednesday next week. That's kind of cool, that they're like all dropping on the same like days, you can kind of like binge watch if you want. I actually heard of that show. I didn't realize it was part of the Star Wars universe though. Forli. Founded in 798,000 BCE by Paleolithic cavemen who were interested in flint manufacturing, Forli has been an industrial center ever since. Industrial center. In 800,000 BCE. The name comes from the Romans, Forum Livii, who built the city in 188 BCE, along the Via Aemilia, one of several roads they laid after pacifying the Gauls of the region. After Roman rule, it went from Lombard hands into church hands, and then became an independent republic in 889, infuriating the Vatican, which spent the next 400 years trying to get it back. On top of Rome's constant manipulations, Forli had to deal with a steady stream of Goth, Byzantine, Lombard, and Frank marauders for the next few centuries, along with annual flooding, which was finally brought under control by diverting nearby rivers away from the city center in 1050. Like most independent republics, Forli became a military dictatorship at the end of the 13th century, and then was passed to the Ordelaffi family, who, despite having a line with its tongue playfully sticking out as a crest, were not all that cute or nice. In 1480, with the Ordelaffi fighting amongst themselves over the chain of succession, the Pope stepped in and gave the city to his nephew, Girolamo Reario, but things didn't really go as planned for the Pope. When Girolamo was killed, the city passed to his wife, Caterina Sforza, the Amazon of Forli, who fought tooth and nail to prevent the Vatican from taking control. Ultimately, however, Caterina was vanquished, and Forli passed into the church's hands. Spoiler, that's not the case yet. But yeah, we're gonna see more of Caterina's fate also in Brotherhood, which is where I guess the church has really, taken control of Caterina and Forli. That's true, Ava. Yeah, we definitely talked about it at some point. And I would say it's still the case for me that I'm not like huge into Star Wars, but I definitely have seen a few movies. And out of the ones I watched, Rogue One has got to be still my favorite. That being said, I haven't really watched, many of the old school Star Wars movies. So no disrespect to them or anything. I mainly watched the newest ones, and yeah, out of those ones, Rogue One, I like the best, I think.
Deal. Sure.
Ragazza, facci vedere tutto.
Ah, that's nice. A nice coincidence, Arthur. It's also like directly related there. That's cool. Rogue, yeah. Our favorite AC game with our favorite AC character and our favorite catchphrase.
I make my own luck.
I make my own luck. Liam.
Guardate che meraviglia queste spigole!
Abbazia di San Mercuriale. The tower of the Abbazia di San Mercuriale, with its height of 75 meters, is one of the tallest in Italy. The first church on the site was destroyed by fire in 1173, and the present structure was built with brick in the Lombard Romanesque style and took only 7 years, making it one of the most miraculous construction jobs in the history of Italy. The colonnade to the right of the church is part of the abbey's cloister.
Excommunication! How to hurt himself? Bah! I can't be bothered to care for these Pazzi.
Ah, gotcha, Ave. Yeah, I didn't remember that, honestly, that was the same dude. I haven't watched Rogue One since it came out, and I watched it in the cinema, pretty much. Martyrs. Tsar Nicholas II, Russia. Holding the Staff of Eden. Joan of Arc, France. With the Sword of Eden. Joan of Arc being burned to death. They took it and they burned Joan alive. And then they used Rasputin to kill the Tsars and the Tsar family.
The Tsar was powerless. He could no longer control his subjects. Revolution! Revolution!
Rasputin took it to Tunguska. That's fair. Would be a good, you know, opportunity to watch a movie again. With it being directly related.
Displeasing His Holiness the Pope by not seizing the tithe on annual rents.
But you decided that for your annual Revelations playthrough to do a recruit focus. As soon as recruits become available, you have to use them in the missions to do the killing instead of Ezio. That's really cool, actually. I do like that idea, especially with Revelations, you know, having more personalized assassins. And them also having like character arcs, you know. Definitely less generic than the ones in Brotherhood. So it's cool, like a cool idea to do it like that.
All right, go.
Si, vabbè. I've plenty of pain for you right here.
Sure thing, Arthur. Yeah, definitely do. I would still be interested in, you know, watching trailers and stuff. Levi and I actually finished Severance now. The show we're watching on Apple TV. Which is actually directed by Ben Stiller, funnily enough. And now we started watching another Apple TV show as long as we still have that subscription. Which is The Studio by Seth Rogen. It's actually pretty cool. We only watched the first episode so far, but it's pretty interesting as kind of like a meta commentary, I guess, on Hollywood. There's also like many actors and even movie directors in it. And they also play themselves sometimes. Yeah, Severance was quite interesting. I would say though that I enjoyed the first season a lot more than the second. For those who don't know, Severance is kind of like about the concept of having two consciousness. One of them basically goes to work for you, and the other one is like your at-home, out-of-work conscience. And they do it by performing like a physical operation on your brain. They kind of like put a sensor into your brain, and then as soon as you step into the elevator to go to work, you forgot who you were, or you forgot your other like life essentially, and your work you is like independent, you know, and it doesn't have any memories essentially except for work. And you work for a company, or they work for a company that does some pretty fucked up stuff, and that's also kind of like into more like a cult, I guess, of sorts. And yeah, you spend like a lot of time in that working place. And the main characters, they do really mundane stuff, I guess, but it's really about like exploring human nature, you know. Because the work selves, they turn out to be quite different people than, you know, real selves, if you will. It also makes you question, you know, who would actually do that, you know? Want to like forget all about what they're doing at work, you know? But they're safe to say at some point they call them innies and outies, essentially. The innies inside the work, they want to like escape eventually, you know? They want to actually know what it is to have a real life, you know? Because all they remember is just the work every day, you know. So it's a really cool concept, for sure. I would agree. But it's a bit apparent with the second season, they kind of like, they set up a lot of storylines, but they didn't really bring them to an end, or they kind of wasted time on some storylines that didn't maybe need quite as much time. And then later also, like, I had a bit of a look up just because I was interested in how much of what turned out to be was like actually planned. And as it turns out, they actually listened to some of the community like theories and stuff, you know. But like lots of random stuff to put you off in the show, but then they used like fan theories to kind of confirm some of them and stuff. And I don't know, for me, like, it's a very surreal show, and it's meant to make you question and to, you know, kind of like have your own ideas about what's happening. But I still thought that the showrunners would have like a bit more of a plan as to where the story is supposed to go, you know, or like what some is supposed to mean. So that's something I liked a bit better about the first season. I think it seemed like more thought out, you know, more like they knew where they wanted to go. And I don't want to like spoil anything, but I wasn't quite too happy with the ending of the second season either. But that shouldn't take away from the show being absolutely watchable, and I would still recommend watching it. And there's of course, you know, many people who liked and love the ending, you know. So yeah, I mean, if you have Apple TV, if you have a means of like watching it, I would say it's worth it. For sure. Ezio can just kick back and let the young assassins do all the work. I mean, he definitely deserved a well-earned rest, you know. That's for sure. He's done enough for one lifetime. Schizophrenia or something else like multiple personality disorder. Yeah, not sure how to describe it, honestly, like on a psychological level. It's really like two independent consciousness in the same body. And they don't remember anything from what the other, you know, person has been doing, essentially. I'm not a psychological expert, so I couldn't really say, you know, what, like if a, you know, psychological disorder kind of like fits it in that sense, because it's definitely like a, you know, physical kind of like operation they've been doing on the body. And it's like definitely like a, you know, physical process happening, like a switch, you know, being kind of like turned off and on. Yeah, definitely cool concept. Elaine, you'd love to forget about your job. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, definitely an interesting kind of like thought process. You know, what would make a person wanna, you know, forget about their job or what they've been doing on the job, you know? Or like, you know, maybe the prospect of like having a pretty good salary and you don't, you know, have to actually work in that sense. But then the thing is, you know, you would still be coming home knackered from your day job, and even though you kind of like forgot about what happened, you'd still have a physical impact of like, you know, having spent like an entire day at work, I guess. For me, I wouldn't want to do it, I think. Like, just, you know, not taking into consideration that you actually work for an evil company in a way. Even if I didn't like my job, I think, because it would still be time that is like taken away from me, you know? Like if you think about it, for instance, if you work every day 8 hours and you then come home, maybe you have like commute and you take like an hour to 2 hours like of extra time to work. Then you may be left with like a handful of hours to actually to yourself and like things you want to be doing. And you only have those few hours like every day. Because even if you're at work, you know, you might be able to like think about things in your life or, you know, contemplate. Maybe you have like some moments where you don't have to work and you can do something different. But yeah, I mean, if that sounds interesting to you, you know, the whole thematic, then I would definitely recommend checking out that show. No worries, Amita. Thank you for being here and for joining. I definitely will have a good rest of the stream. Not gonna be going for that much longer, maybe like another half an hour or so. So yeah, if I catch you streaming some Alien Isolation, then I might shoot your raid over. But yeah, definitely have a good one and a good start to your stream. And catch you next time. And thank you for also giving a shout out there to Amita as well, Rod. So if you want to check out Amita's channel, he's currently playing for Alien Isolation. It's his first time playing for the game, and it's also a game picked by Rod for him to play. Another game he's currently playing, which I also picked, is Need for Speed Heat, which he's also playing at the moment. And he's also been doing some Red Dead Redemption 1 as well. So some really good games, a good variety, and he's always also playing like, you know, new games as well. Also massive fan of The Witcher and that series, so yeah, if that sounds interesting to you, definitely have a look at the link in chat. Seems like a bit of an out-of-body experience type of thing too. That's true, yeah. I mean, yeah, you know, like your consciousness, as you know, it kind of like temporarily leaves your body in a way, and you don't really know what's happening meanwhile. Sounds like a multi-personality disorder that's reversed. That's fair. It's quite interesting. I mean, you know, the concept and like the idea behind the show definitely got me sold, which is why I was really interested also, you know, watching it. It was kind of like Levy's pick, and she kind of like made me aware of that show existing, but yeah. Does this mean you're going to watch Arcane? Yeah, so because we only have like a couple more weeks of Apple TV right now, we decided to start the studio next and watch the first episode of that, but it's only like one season, I believe. So we should be getting through that fairly quickly. And yeah, once we finish that, it's definitely my pick next. So The Studio is a show made by Seth Rogen. And it's kind of like Seth Rogen is also the main character in the show, and he plays like a producer of sorts, you know, in Hollywood. Like he wants to make movies, and he also wants to make arty movies, I guess, in a way. But Hollywood has been so commercialized at this point that all they care about is kind of like, you know, remakes and kind of like movies about products and the likes. And it kind of starts with him kind of like trying to sell a movie and actually getting, you know, the goal to go work on a movie about a product. And, well, I don't want to say too much, but there's a lot of actors and even like movie producers and film directors that actually play themselves. Like, I forgot his name, give me 1 second. Martin Scorsese, that's the name. Of course, you know, super legendary film director. He actually stars in the first episode and playing himself. And Seth Rogen, as a film producer, goes to him to pitch him the idea for a movie, I guess. And they wanna start working together. But it's really funny, and not gonna say like everything that's happened there in that storyline, but yeah, there's definitely some twists as to what the movie would have been about and what the movie means to Martin Scorsese. It was kind of like cool, you know, seeing Martin Scorsese also like as an actor, you know, especially in his age. And essentially like playing himself. But yeah, we only watched like 1 episode, so I can't say that much more about that show. Rotten Total Recall, the company Recall, can implant memories into someone's mind so they can go on a holiday but be someone else entirely. Ah, right. I remember that movie. It was with the actor of Deadpool, wasn't it? I swear I'm like so bad with names. The only way I can remember them is by saying, oh yeah, that dude played that guy, didn't he? But I remember watching the trailer for that movie and I also watched the movie in parts, but I'm not sure if I actually watched the entire thing. Definitely sounded interesting to me back then, though. Seth Rogen, that sounds very interesting. Seth Rogen is also a very good director and such. Many know him because of acting, but damn, he's a good director and producer. 100%. He really is. I would even argue that, you know, his work as a director, you know, is more impressive even than his acting credits. And I mean, you know, no disrespect against his acting. I think he's a great actor too. But he also has great ideas and really knows to execute them well. I still remember like visiting a friend and we went to the cinema and it was like a sneak peek. Like a, not sure if that's how you call it. But basically when you go to the cinema and you go to watch a movie but you have no idea what movie it's gonna be. So you just go in there blind and, you know, you don't really know what to expect. And that's when we went into Sausage Party, the animated movie by Seth Rogen about like a supermarket and all the kind of like groceries become alive and become characters of their own. And it was like one of the wildest cinema experiences because, I mean, everyone in the cinema like didn't know what to expect and didn't know about the movie. And it's like animated, but then it's also like super like sexualized and like violence and you know, it's like not really what you would expect whatsoever going into like an animated movie like that. But it was so freaking good though. Like I had such a laugh and yeah, the whole cinema really enjoyed it. But yeah, it was freaking funny. Another actor who kind of like was part of the whole Seth Rogen gang, I guess, who also deserves quite a bit of credit as a director now, I think, is Jonah Hill. Not sure if you guys have seen the movie mid-90s. I think it was his first movie that he actually directed. But that also was a great movie. And I really like how Jonah Hill has been successfully turning around his image a bit, you know, because he's been always like a bit seen as like you know, a stereotype, I guess, like of a character. Also due to his physique and, you know, looking, and that's really a shame, you know, even when he's being, like, when he was even interviewed for his movie that he directed for the first time, you know, he was still, like, being treated as, like, a bit of a stereotype. And you could tell it really bothered him a lot. But, yeah, he definitely has done a great job, I think, kind of like making himself a bit independent from that at this point. I don't think people see him that much as that stereotype anymore. But yeah, Jonah Hill, love that dude as well. His mother was in a few of his movies too. In Goodfellas, she played the mother of Joe Pesci's character. Ah, really? That's really cool. Levi and I actually watched that movie not that long ago, like a couple months back. I showed it to her because she'd never actually seen Goodfellas before. Such a good movie. And Joe Pesci, you know, like, what a legend. He worked together with the creator of the Invincible comics in the making of the show. He also played the comedic character Alan the Alien. Ah, I didn't know that actually. That's really cool. That dude played the guy with a thing that does the stuff and things. My descriptions be like, and everyone knows like exactly who I'm talking about, of course. You forgot he made Sausage Party. He did, yeah. I'm still hoping for a sequel one of these days. Ah, really? Arthur, that's awesome. Funnily enough, I've seen like so many freaking movies and shows with Catherine O'Hara in it recently. It's actually crazy. Like, first Lev and I watched Schitt's Creek. It's like a sitcom where she plays one of the main characters in. And she's quite special, to say the least, like the character she plays. She also plays, of course, in the show I just mentioned with the studio. Then Lev and I recently watched the movie, Jesus, names. I swear, my memory is not built for names. Beetlejuice. I was like thinking of pickle juice for some reason. But no, it's Beetlejuice. Yeah, she also played in that movie. And we like watched all of that like within the last couple of months. So it's like whenever we watched something. Then we also watched Through the Hedge. Is that the name? Ab durch die Hecke is like a German name. It's like an animated movie by DreamWorks. She also played like a character like a mother in there. So it's like 50% of what we've been watching recently, Catherine O'Hara has been starring in, it seems. What's one of your favorite mafia movies? You like how it shows both the glamorous side of that life, but also shows how those in the life can end up. So it's not all sunshine and rainbows. It definitely isn't, no. Definitely from the get-go, you can tell, you know, like, okay, that's quite a gruesome lifestyle we're living, but yeah, it also affords them, you know, the good side of life, I guess. At least when it comes to financial stability. That show's the best? You mean Schitt's Creek, Eli? She also played Kevin's mother in Home Alone 1 or 2. That's it. That's another movie we watched where she also starred in. It's just so freaking funny. Like, because on Christmas we watched Home Alone 2 with like the family and the kids and everyone. And then again I saw Catherine O'Hara. Man, Home Alone 2 is such a funny movie as well. When Kevin is just like throwing bricks from a rooftop. I was like watching my nephews and be like, okay, they just got new ideas what to do next. That is you with Andor, you're like, it's this guy, oh her, you remember that character from season 1. Who even remembers names, am I right? Yeah. I don't know, my brain just has no space for names, it seems. You know, when it comes to faces, I'm always like really good at recognizing faces. Or like, you know, I would be like, oh yeah, he played that character, you know? But when it comes to actually memorizing the names, it's like my brain just draws a blank, pretty much. I think my brain is like, okay, names are interchangeable, but faces, you know, they're actually unique. So let's just focus on that, I guess. Oh yeah, I really liked Schitt's Creek line. It was very like wholesome in a way, you know. It also felt like cozy a bit, you know, when you watch like a show. And I don't know, you feel like at home in a way. But I really like that show a lot. Yeah, what is names? Under For Your Interest is sort of like a spy thriller, slow burn kind of show. It sort of feels like a combination of Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones set in Star Wars. I mean, that doesn't sound too bad. Breaking Bad to this day is still like one of my absolute favorite shows of all time. So I definitely don't mind slow burner type of shows. Oh yeah, that's the Varys Ave. But yeah, thank you for the recommendation. Alright, so we found the Palazzo Comunale. Built in 1000 around an existing tower, the Palazzo Comunale was enlarged in 1412 and bought by the Ordelaffi family, the heads of 40. Their rule was marked by excessive violence, culminating in the reign of Pino III Ordelaffi, who murdered his brother for the throne. Killed his first wife, his mother, and his second wife, before being murdered by his third wife. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh yes, I almost forgot to mention, he was also a great patron of the arts. Jesus. He's gonna murder his brother, his wife, his second wife, his mother, until he's being murdered by his third wife. Safe to say, when the third wife learned about what happened to his other wives, she took action. And you can't blame her.
Could you deliver this for me? It must be done quickly, but there is a reward.
Okay, we can do this mission. Girls, get it done. No worries, Ave, thank you for the lurk. Deliver this letter to Romagna Farmer. From Andrea Allegro. Miss Sir, this is to inform you that your presence is requested at the Palazzo Comunale within the next month. I have received correspondence from your neighbors implying that you have attacked several of them with your sword, even going so far as to mutilate a young girl who crossed your farm. Though this is your right as it is your land, you have also claimed that you have committed crimes against God and nature, an accusation of a much more serious nature. Such behavior is forbidden in folly. If you're not aware of the charges against you, read Leviticus 18:23. Report to us or a contingent of guards will be sent to arrest you. Cordially, Andrea Allegro. Well then, let's have a quick look what Leviticus 18:23 actually says then. Yeah, that's what I thought. It prohibits sexual relations with animals. Great letter to deliver, isn't it?
Courier, sir.
Sir. A letter? For me? So this dude is having sexual relationships with animals? You disgust me, dude.
Vattene! Via dal mio terreno!
But good thing I can kick his ass. And the other goat fuckers too.
Don't be shy. Generally, they're made for swinging at people, yes? Shall we dance? Sbrigati! Devo incontrare un'amica!
Got him. I kind of forgot to mention, but I also updated my timetable for the Ezio trilogy. I did an announcement on Discord, but for those who didn't see that, I actually have a command here, also with the current list, so you can actually see the progress we've made so far. But I kind of worked out in what year, month, and sometimes, you know, depending which day some of the missions take place in. And yeah, actually put it in that order. Now, of course, the Ezio games are fairly linear in terms of, you know, when what happens, and there's not that many overlaps between the different games. But within the games, you know, there's definitely a certain, like, mission order that seems most historically appropriate, I guess.
The foul, hell-spawned infernal killer you have...
Bene, where to?
Okay, we can also do this mission. Thin the ranks. Our enemies are patrolling in Forli, and I fear they will rise up and attack Florence. I want you to destroy some of Girolamo Riario's men in the guard force. Hopefully that will buy some time.
Ready.
All right, ciao.
Salute, come sta?
Certo.
Or what? I have to stay close to these guys? Oh, come on. Okay, I didn't know that once you attack them, you actually have to stay super close to them. I don't know why they ran away so much either way, right? Because I ordered them to fight on the spot. Well, I guess we gotta do everything ourselves.
Bound to hurt himself.
That's more like it.
Florence! Mamma mia, gold!
My lucky
Wow!
Excommunication! Again, the Brotherhood of Visions, flagellation and poverty upon the fortunate, and tear on their soul, displeasing in almost the whole, by not leaving the I will not bear upon the recent campaign and subsequent plague, a company of fools is offering an extra. What the devil?
Eccolo! There! There!
Guardate che meraviglia queste spigole!
Excommunication! Again, the Brotherhood of Misery, flagellation, and poverty of Monte Poggio have imperiled their souls.
Laggiù! Get him! He's fast!
By not using their life on annual arrest.
Bring me your sick and wounded.
Prepare to strike him down!
Icke tyrants hear me well, for your hour has finally come.
I have served dukes, princes, kings.
Break something, you idiot. Ride bene chi ride ultimo.
Giving is the greatest reward. So they say. Why not try it, huh?
Why not try it, huh?
God will be displeased with us should we fail to strike.
I'm giving a lot. See? I'm like giving to the Herald. But I'm also taking it.
Viaggiatori, state attenti! Bandits sighted at the crossroads.
How can we help?
Hello there, Retro. Welcome in.
Che trova!
And how's it going?
Lo fai lo scontro ai militari!
Giving her? How about not giving a shit? I give a lot of those. Not. Shit giving is my job. That's a quote that comes to mind. Private Legend bike of Siwa. Nice retro, that's good to hear. You're just about to say the barcode too. Yeah, just instantly comes to mind when you talk about like giving a shit, which is too iconic.
Stay back! To help! Guard! Murderer!
Please! He's no hero! He slays with wanton abandon.
No! Stay away from me! Spare me! I'm just... Spare me! Mercy! Take my money! Spare me! I'm just an errand boy! Mercy! Take my money! Spare me! I'm just an errand boy!
Wait, Etsy just grabbed the air. Also, I like that the archer doesn't even care about me doing this anymore. He was like about to attack us, but then he was like, okay, never mind. That's actually funny. I wanna watch this. Oh. So sad. What happened? And the archer still doesn't care. One bit. Funny. For not carrying. For not giving a shit. What are these thieves doing? They're like... Let me just jump on the spot. Jump around. Jump around. Come jump around. I've just given up at this point. Did I do the horse race yet? Not yet, no. We're still to do that one, actually. I'm gonna do one more mission for today before we're actually gonna call it. Well, let's do a good one. We can do the Assassin Tomb, so I'm not gonna do it now. Because Assassin Tombs are always peak gaming. Come, amici. Hey there, Oliver. Welcome back. What Legion raid? One is never too late to raid. Get a date with gravity. He needed to go as soon as possible. Ezio dubstep. Renaissance style. Ravaldino's secret. Infiltrate Rocca di Ravaldino and find the assassin seal hidden within. close one. Did someone say tomb? Can't say that too loud, otherwise Lara's gonna come in and steal all the riches from me. Leaving nothing for Ezio. So I didn't say tomb in that case. He looks familiar.
Un moment. You with the hood. You won't escape.
Something about that cloak. So familiar.
So familiar.
Let you get it.
Nice air assassination. Ezio tried to do the Super Mario assassination. Just jump on the head. That's gonna do it.
There is a killer.
Indeed, there's a killer.
Murderer!
I love the random haystack. Why do we need hay down there? And brought like an entire carriage as well? I have no idea.
Eccolo! There!
What the fuck? Okay then.
Where did you? Hey, that could be him. Not too bright, Dad. No, you.
One of the brightest. Oh, for some reason I didn't see there was like an opening here. Oops. COWL, the assassin who shot down the horse of Genghis Khan. Which I guess also means he worked together with Altair and his family in taking down the Khan. I just love how Ezio like jumps in there without even checking what's down or how long the drop is. You could say he takes a leap of faith. True assassin style. Also makes you wonder how long that hasn't been used before. That escape. But yeah, either way, this is gonna be where we call it for today with AC2. Before we leave for, let's have a look here into our DNA tracker. Or actually, when I have a look at stats. So yeah, we're currently at 47% completion with about 9.5 hours of playtime. Oh, I haven't died yet. Well, fair enough. I'm sure it's gonna happen eventually. We restored about 73% of Monteriggioni, but we actually finished all the, you know, renovations in shops at this point. Time spent blended, 420. Seems legit. We've been fully notorious 8 times. I think 2 of them are kind of like forced by the story. But yeah, definitely been notorious quite a bit. That just comes with the territory of killing so many guards. But yeah, that's our progress currently, and that's how we'll continue next time. So next time we're gonna basically finish most of the side stuff currently available in Forli, and only then we're leaving for Venice really, and then, you know, it's gonna be really focused on Venice, of course. But the cool thing is we're really like caught up with a lot of the side stuff at this point. So the way we're doing it with the historical order means that you know, we're gonna get a lot of the side stuff out of the way, and then later in the sequences we can, you know, really focus on getting the main story kind of like finished. Like for instance, sequence 9 is gonna be primarily focused on main story, sequence 8 too. Sequence 7 has a couple of side stuff, but not nearly as much as sequence 6 and 5 had. So we definitely got a big chunk out of the way already. But it's really nice, you know, to kind of really play the side missions, especially in kind of like in order, or, you know, during a year or like sequence where it really makes a lot of sense. For instance, the Templar Lair, where the Medici is kind of like being attacked. That one was always like a bit tricky for me to actually really put at the right time, but this time it really seemed to fit so good. That's quite satisfying, you know, getting those in a good order. It's also going to be something that I will think I will work into the future, you know, because some missions just really make the most sense at some, you know, points in the story. To kind of get those, you know, worked out. It's going to be helpful for the future, like for future runs. Rod luckily didn't become a Leap of Fail, something which you didn't have active as a redeem in your Floor's Lava challenge with Brotherhood. So it would be good to be able to activate it for Revelations. That's definitely fair for not activating it for Brotherhood. I don't blame you. You know, if there's enough already to deal with, don't need an actual like Leap of Fail on top. It's gonna be good to have it back in Revelations. If only you could order your Master Assassins to do a Leap of Fail for you. That'd be nice. Thank you, Rod, for the GGs. Cheers, dude. And no worries for the stream either. Thank you so much for being here, and also for the raid earlier. Yeah, for sure. You know, it really helps like bring some of the missions in a order that not only makes sense historically, but also definitely for the, you know, like pacing of a story too. So yeah, that's definitely a good side effect of this playthrough. It would be hilarious if you could, but then again you would have to re-recruit the Master Assassin. So a bit of a drawback of a Leap of Fail, I guess. But yeah, so this is gonna be where we call it today for AC2. But yeah, made some great progress, and I'm looking forward to do more with this game. In general, I've just been so looking forward to get to play these games again as part of this historical order run. It's also been one of the longest breaks, I think, in between my Ezio trilogy playthroughs. Let's have a look who's online and who we could raid today. Rod, our last assassin, accidentally fell. Just so you know, it could happen to you too. Accidentally. It's so good, Ava. I mean, there's a reason why this song has become like the theme for the series, you know. Such a beautifully composed song. And what's kind of ironic, Ezio's family didn't exist before the song Earth. Earth is kind of like the more fast-paced version, I guess, if you will, of Ezio's family. And Ezio's family was just supposed to be like an alternative version of that song. And Jesper Kid actually, I think he himself said that he loved Earth even more than Ezio's family. So he was like actually a bit surprised that it was Ezio's family that, you know, was like so well received. And Earth taking like a bit of a backseat, I guess. But I love both. I can understand Ezio's family being also more popular. It has like more dynamic, I think. You know, it's like, of course it starts really, you know, kind of like slow and gentle, and then it really builds itself up with time. The Templar put a banana peel on the viewpoint and the assassin slipped. And then they said, "It's me, Bowser." Bowser has joined the Templars now, and he has lots of banana peels. No worries, Ave. Sorry if I didn't say it clear enough. But yeah, I meant Earth, as in, you know, the Earth. That's no worries, Ave. That's you're good. But yeah, so we're gonna go and raid out to Enmita today. He's playing some A in Isolation. No worries, Oliver. Catch you next time, dude. Best of luck again with your unit. I hope it all goes well. Thank you for being here. And yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for being here today. Really do appreciate it. I hope everyone has a good start into a weekend. I hope you enjoy. And yeah, I'll catch you again at one of these next days. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday, maybe Wednesday. We're gonna see. But yeah, gonna be back with more of Ezio Auditore da Firenze. That's for sure. Earth is honestly not an easy word to say. Yeah, I'm honestly wondering like how I could pronounce it differently actually. But yeah, it's not that easy for sure. No worries, Ave. Have a good weekend too. Catch you next time. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon.